Oh, sure he is.
Oh, all right, all right.
Yeah, Oz doesn't. Peter doesn't want to fall for the trap.
So, Oz, if you remember the question that I asked, it was for the atheist, and it was, would you object to Gavin taking your life? Like, if you don't believe in the Ten Commandments, can Gavin just take your life right now to win the debate? Or do you like that commandment that says, thou shalt not kill? Do you see how that question, and I'd like to hear you answer that question, because either way, it would appear that Gavin would win. Because if Gavin asks, can I take your life? If he is to object, then he has to object on the grounds of thou shalt not kill. And therefore he loses. And if he doesn't object, well, then Gavin takes his life and Gavin wins. What do you think?
Uh, and I jump back to because on StreamYard, were you? And I apologize. Were you ask the question one more time?
Okay, so the question was, hypothetically, Gavin would ask, can I take your life? Or would you like to invoke the Ten Commandments, thou shalt not kill? You see how either way it seems like Gavin would win. I would like to know how you would answer that.
I don't. I don't understand that question.
So the atheist was suggesting that the Ten Commandments are not needed, right? So if that's true, then Gavin should be able to just take his life. You don't believe in thou shalt not kill, then I kill you and win the debate by killing you. Or do you want that commandment that says thou shalt not kill? And if you want that commandment, then the Ten Commandments are actually relevant. See how either way he wins?
Um, no, I don't.
Well,
I still
so
the
so
way you're proposing that I don't I'm not connecting with the way you're asking that.
okay. So if I were to ask you hypothetically, I'm not in any way threatening. I'm just hypothetically, I would ask, can I kill you and win this debate? Or would you prefer that we invoke that commandment that says thou shalt not kill? Either way, I would win because if you say, yeah, thou shalt not kill, well, then you're showing that the Ten Commandments are relevant. And if you say, no, the Ten Commandments are not relevant, then hypothetically, I would kill you and win the debate.
Well, no, because I think we because you took the one commandment and then said and then you lumped it into the Ten Commandments.
Well,
Um,
one of the ten. I mean, it's all or nothing, right? Go ahead.
um,
The debate was
I
against the Ten Commandments.
right,
That's one of them.
but I was the one debating it. So
Right,
first
right.
and foremost, and just because I am an atheist doesn't mean that Randolph and I would completely agree on everything. Probably a lot of things we would, but I feel like saying what you're doing right there. I feel like that's a posture to say, well, if you do this, you're aligning with everything that was said
Well,
that argument.
let's take the commandment that says thou shalt not kill. Okay, so I would ask you hypothetically,
Thou
can I
shalt not
kill you
dodge
to
ball.
can I kill you to win the debate? Yes or no?
Kill me to win a debate? No.
Why not? Because thou shalt not kill.
Well, no,
Do you see the dilemma?
no, I don't. Well, I know what you're trying to say, um, but no, that's to me that's not even relevant to me.
Well, no. So like if you're saying that the Ten Commandments are not relevant, I would say, okay, Oz, can I, with your
Hold on,
permission, can I kill you and win this debate?
hold on. First and foremost, I didn't say none of the Ten Commandments are irrelevant. That was not my position.
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
talking about this one.
re- but you're projecting the topic of the debate and putting that on me like I said that. I didn't say that.
Oh, we're just talking, bro. I'm just asking you some questions.
Well, no,
I'm
it's
not grilling you. I promise. I know it's a tough. I know it's a tough question.
Well, no, I'm not worried about
That's the
answering
point. That's
questions.
why I asked.
I'm not worried about answering questions.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna let you or anybody just project things onto me that were not my position. Like I didn't take on the debate. That was not my position.
So what do you think about the Ten Commandments? Would you would how would you what would you think if another man committed adultery with your wife?
And that's one of those things actually that Randolph brought up that I think is fair play. I was in an open relationship for 5 years. So
That's
the
not what
whole
I asked.
well, no, that is exactly what you asked
No,
on
that's was your
adultery.
wife. You were in an open relationship with your wife.
Yes,
But was she your wife?
yes, we're legally married. Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
Well, would you like to give her number to Gavin? He didn't have pants on. I'm just kidding, Gavin. That's a joke.
No, but see what I'm saying? Like those, a lot of those things
Huh.
can be, a lot of those things can be fluid, and just because one person has a position doesn't mean I hold that same position that they do. And to reiterate, the reason I jumped in here was actually just to offer some peace and civility because I do appreciate the conversation that was had on our channel tonight and the debate, and try to be the neutral party and all this, and not be the atheist that comes in here trying to challenge everything, but to be the neutral party.
Sure.
That
Uh,
that was my
if
whole point in jumping in.
What would you think if somebody stole everything that you owned?
What do you mean?
Well,
See,
thou shalt not steal. Is that good or bad?
well, I mean, none of us want anybody to take everything that we've worked for. No.
So you would say that that's a good one?
But I don't need the Ten Commandments to know that.
Well, you have no. I mean, ultimately, you know where I'm going to go with this, right?
Well, but
You
we're
have
talking.
no.
But no, well, hold on, hold on, hold on, no, no, no. You don't. No, we're talking about the Ten Commandments. We're not talking about God.
Sure.
We're talking about the Ten Commandments.
Well, they stem from God
Well,
because without God,
for you. But we're
well,
talking
where do
about
they?
the. But we're talking about the Ten Commandments.
Okay, so without God, where do those things come from? Those laws that are not
Exactly.
material. So do they
Exactly.
evolve? So let me show you where I'm going. Okay, so if you are to be consistent with naturalism, if you reject, so okay, let me start from the beginning. This is kind of, I'm going to just push for just real quick on what we were talking about last time, right? It's either God or nature done it. So if you're going to reject God, then nature done it. And so if you are going to be consistent with what you say that nature's done it, then you have no right to tell me that I cannot act like an animal. And if I am an animal and I see a young baby gazelle and I'm a tiger, I can just start chewing on it. And if a bigger lion comes along, it can steal it from me. So if that's consistent with your worldview, then how can you object? Like, is that lion wrong for killing that baby gazelle? And is the next bigger lion wrong for attacking the smaller lion and stealing that food?
If you want to compare animals and to the wild compared to how I take care of my family, then sure you can believe whatever you want.
I'm asking you what you believe. That's all. Because again, that's I
Well, no,
understand that you do
you're
not
project
believe that way.
you no, because what you just did there again was try to project. No, I don't compare my wife and my kids to animals out in the wild. I don't do that. If you want to do that, that's up to you.
But then, well, okay, okay. So just for clarification, I'm not saying that you do, right? I'm saying that you are being inconsistent with your worldview. You are being consistent with the Christian worldview, but you are not being consistent with your worldview. Because in your worldview, There is nothing wrong if I were to do that to you. If I were to come to your house and kill someone that you love and eat them and then take your stuff because if it's not wrong for the lion, then why is it wrong for
But but
me?
but why do you think that you need, or we need, a supernatural God to treat people a certain way?
Sure. So, okay. So why is it wrong for the lion to do that?
No, no, I asked you. I've tried to answer as honestly as I can. I just asked you a question, then you gave me a question. I need to answer to that.
Yeah, okay. So let me reiterate and then I will directly answer your question. Okay. I asked you, I didn't ask if it was what you believe. I said, why is it wrong for the lion? Okay. Why is it wrong for the lion? If we are all just products, we're just nature, just random nature, then why is it wrong for me to do something like that? So that's my question for you. And I'll answer your question first. Go ahead. But that's what I want you to directly answer as soon as I'm
Well,
done answering you.
uh, I, I I thought, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought most of us understood that a lion doesn't have the same consciousness for their. Well, I have a wife. I don't know but for wife and kids that I do. I don't know how at all that's applicable to
Right.
what you're trying to bring up.
That makes sense from my worldview, from a Christian worldview, because we are not animals. But from your worldview, that doesn't make sense. I mean, we don't have to use lions. We can use hawks or anything, any predator. Pick any predator. What is it wrong for a predator to kill its prey in nature?
Well, but you said after I answered that you would answer my question. You would still have answered my question.
Okay, what's your question?
You forgot already.
Yeah.
So you're not listening to me. You want me to listen to you, but you're not listening to me.
I'm fully prepared to directly answer your question. Go ahead.
Well, no, I want you to answer. I want you to answer that one first. So I'm intently listening to you and trying to be engaged, but you don't even remember what I asked you.
I don't remember what you asked me. I'm sorry about that. I'm a very simple-minded person apparently. But you can go ahead and ask me now. I'm listening.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So with the questions, the argumentation you're putting forward, you're insinuating or depositing a God that is influencing all these things. So
Yes.
how do we know at this point that is the reason for your morality and the reason why you don't hunt or kill or murder things? Like what?
Sure.
How do I know that?
Sure. Um, sure. No problem. So if if there was no God and my worldview was wrong, then that would make your worldview right because there's only two. Okay. So because we have morals and logic, and because we are what should be obviously separated from the animal kingdom, we act differently, we behave differently, we have a different set of morals, we have a different set of standards. Now, if there is no God, then we would be no different than the lions and the tigers and the hawks or whatever predator you want to be. So, does that directly answer you?
No, not at
Okay,
all.
so
I need to
because
know.
there is a
Can
God,
I try that? Can I
we
answer
are
that?
different.
Well, but hold on.
The fact that we are different is evidence
No,
of my
that's
God.
not. No, it's not evidence at all.
Well, it is for me. You can reject it, but
Oh, okay. No, I got it. Okay.
well, it is evidence for me, and I'm going to point out now. If I can get you to directly answer me, I'm going to point out how inconsistent your worldview is with what you claim it is, and how your worldview is consistent with the Christian God. Now, please directly answer, why are we different than any other predator in nature if we are only products of nature?
Well, but that's still. I I would have no problem trying to answer that question had you given me a an efficient answer to my question. What you
Well,
did, what you did, no, what you did was
Oz, this isn't
is
fair.
completely no.
You're
It
tap
is.
dancing.
No, I'm not tap dancing
Yes,
at all.
you
You
are.
did not. No, you didn't give.
Okay.
You gave zero evidence.
Okay.
Zero evidence
You
that
don't
there
need
is a God.
evidence.
The
You don't need
fact that
You don't need
we are
evidence.
not animals and we do not behave like animals in any way, shape, or form. That fact alone is evidence of my
Yeah,
God.
we do. No,
Now listen.
there's
Well,
people
now let me.
that hunt
I'm
and kill
directly.
animals and eat them all the day, all day, every day.
So the facts is that you can have
That's
any
not
facts and
relevant.
no thing. That's how you know God exists. God
So,
has revealed
but
himself. That's why you know anything to be true.
So
That's
so
the evidence for God. Here you go.
Oz, if we
this is what
remove.
happened. This is what happens in this the last two times I've been on this channel. This is what happens. As soon as we get down to this, I get 3, 4, 5 people to team up on me. But go ahead.
Okay, can I? Would you guys allow me to just try to draw this answer from Oz? If there is no God, Oz, I'll ask you another question. I think I've been very clear. Okay, but I'm going to ask another question.
Can I pause real
If
quick?
there, if
Can I just real
Sure,
quick? That has nothing to do
sure,
with this argument. I
go
just
ahead.
want to state for the fact again. So because I know this is live. This is going to be on this video for you know forever. I simply came on here to give a shout out to Gavin and Randolph for doing the debate, and this is where it goes. But go ahead.
Well, we're just talking. Do you not? You don't want to talk? I mean,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay.
Because I came in here
I'm
with
not
clear
going to pressure
intentions, but go
you.
ahead.
I can talk to these other guys that I talk to all the time. But so, if there is no God, Oz, directly, then if there is no God, then what makes us different than animal? Why should we be different?
What makes us different?
Why should we be different? That's the question. Why should we be different? I mean, you guys literally believe that we evolved from animals, so we're just still animals. Like, and you ask anyone that is trying to be consistent with the naturalistic worldview, right? So why should we behave different if there is no God?
Why should I think that's a terrible question.
Well, answer it.
I don't know how to answer it. I think it's a terrible question.
I think
Like
it's a
how do
good
you answer that?
question because you can't answer it. You can't.
How should we? No, that's just a terrible question.
Uh,
That's a beautiful question because you can't
To
answer it.
you, to you.
Okay. So let me re-answer your question, and then I guess maybe Will wants to.
yeah.
If there is no God, then we should not behave any different than the animal kingdom. You should have no problem with me going over to someone's house and killing them and eating them and taking their things. That's what animals do, and we are animals, so no problem.
Okay. Well, I never said we are animals. So
So you don't believe in
you're just.
So
evolution?
so now you're adopting my Christian worldview.
How am I
Bec-
adopting your Christian? Because I
well,
what
because
what are
well,
you
yeah.
talking about? This is ridiculous. What's going on right now?
So oftentimes I find Oz. I'm with. That's is that a that's a question. Let me answer that real quick. Oftentimes I find when I talk to people that have a naturalistic worldview, they do not know what they believe. They don't know that what they believe, and I'm just maybe going to suggest that that might be the case here with you.
Well, no,
And I
because what you're doing is you're taking whether it's evolution or origins or whatever, and then you're piling that on top of uh, the the term atheism.
Yeah, of
Atheism.
course.
what's
Well, hold on,
if no nat
no. Hold
go
on,
ahead.
hold on.
If
Okay.
evolution is false, therefore God exists. Simple as that. So evolution is part of
Uh,
atheism. That's simple as that. It's either it's
okay.
special creation. We're created in the in the image of God, Genesis 1:26, or we're created in the image of evolution. We
Okay.
evolve it. There's no other choice. There's either evolution, therefore God, or not God. You don't. It's part
No.
of atheism. Oh,
No,
really? So give
no,
me another mechanism
no.
rather than evolution for us being
Like,
here.
what are you guys even talking about right now? Like, what is even happening right now?
Well, you
Okay,
said
so
that
well, hold on.
evolution is not
Let
part
me
of
try to let
atheism.
me please, Will, let me answer this. Okay, so Oz, again, for the record, I'm not saying you believe what I'm saying, but I'm saying if you are to be consistent with what you believe, do you understand the difference? What I'm saying is there is a God, and you are borrowing from this God and adapting these Christian values into and facts into your worldview. And I'm pointing that out. Okay, so look, it's either God did it or nature did it. If nature did it, then, the Big Bang happened, abiogenesis happened, we're all related to bacteria, we're all related to a fish, then there was a monkey, and we're all animals. Okay? So, if that's what you believe, that nature done it, and we are all animals, then you have no right to tell me that I cannot act like an animal. Do you see? The things like the Ten Commandments are not consistent with your worldview. Now, you can use them, and you do. You love when people don't kill you. You love when people don't murder you. You love when people don't rape your family and do horrible things. Okay? You love those things. You borrow those from the Christian worldview. But in nature, when the hawk gets hungry, it swoops down and it kills the baby squirrel. How savage is that? That's nature, no problem. Nobody cares. And if we are animals, then I should be able to swoop down and kill and eat a child also. If we're being
And you,
consistent,
and guess what? You could do that. You could do that right now. You could do that tomorrow.
Would that
why
be
is it
wrong?
wrong? But
It,
why is it
it,
wrong?
well, ask your local officials.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
asking
According to
you.
you,
Yeah,
would that be wrong?
my local officials are again borrowing from my Christian worldview. They're saying, "Hey, look, these things are objectively wrong."